Alright, what's going on YouTube? We are back with some more Baldur's Gate 3 mod videos. This time we're taking a look at a monk subclass called Way of Aura. The Way of Aura is a subclass that is reminiscent of characters such as Lucario, Goku, Ryu, and Naruto. Essentially, it uses ki as a way to form aura or ki to use as like ki blast or ki balls and things like that. It's a pretty interesting class. It doesn't give you too much, but it doesn't need to give you a lot because you're still very, very powerful. So we're going to showcase this class. It goes up to level 20, and it does necessarily require level 20 to get some of the better features of the class, especially around level 17, which you'll get the ki power augmentation. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And then as always, we're going to go through a combat scenario where you'll see me go through it using the Trials of Taff mod. So because this is a subclass mod, it starts off at level 3 with the Way of Aura. You train to manifest your own aura as a concentrated forms of power and even a weapon. So what that means, at level 3, you'll get the Manifest Key Staff, and this is going to be potentially your main weapon. Use this as a bonus action to manifest a Key Staff. It does pretty good amounts of damage, and this will power up with you as you level up. You also start off with Key Sphere. This does force damage, possibly pushing a target 1.5 meters away if the size is large or smaller. And then you get the action Key Restoration, which allows you to restore 3 key points. I believe this is recharged every short rest or every long rest. At level 5, you just get your additional key points, your extra attacking, the 2 actions such as Stunning Strike and Melee Strike. This does come to note, with this class, you do lose the ability to use Fury of Blows that was taken out in order to use another feature of the class, which we'll get into as we reach that point. At level 6, you get a couple of new features here. Subclass feature, your Key Augmentation has evolved, meaning you get a +1. So here, Manifest Key Staff. Use your ki to manifest a +1 magical staff that deals force damage, is always in your possession. You don't need to spend action points to equip or unequip it. You also get the Key Sphere leveled up a little bit more, and now does 8 to 26 points of damage. Still does 1.5 meters of push damage, or I guess it pushes them 1.5 meters away if their size is larger or smaller. You also get the Action Reveal Aura. Resonate your aura with the ones of nearby creatures, causing the aura to be revealed. They cannot be invisible for the duration of its effect, meaning that if you cast it, if someone is invisible around you, it stops them being invisible for 5 turns. Costs 1 key point. So level 7, there's this feature here. It doesn't really exactly showcase what it is. I'll try and show that. I believe it is a class passive feature. I believe if we come over to the mod page, it also doesn't show what it does at level 7. So I'll definitely try and report that and kind of show what that is to see why that isn't showing up. It may be something on my end in terms of the UI mod, but you do actually get another class feature as well, but it's definitely not showing up. Alright, so I did skip through to go to a level 11 because you don't get really anything extra with this particular subclass until level 11. So you get another subclass feature, which is your Key Power Augmentation 2. This increases your Key Augmentation power, so now we see that Manifest Key Staff gives you a +2 magical staff instead of a +1. Same thing goes with Key Sphere. You do 11 to 38 points of damage, and now you push your targets 3 meters away instead of 1.5. You also get a new ability, Key Blast. A linear blast of any deck can push all creatures in its path by 3 meters and knocks them prone. So this is a long-range attack, and you can hit multiple enemies with it that are in that line of attack. And so we skip up to level 17. This is going to be the last thing that we get with the subclass features. Now your Key Augmentation is at level 3, meaning that you get a +3 with your magical staff. You will do 15 to 51 points of force damage and still push 3 meters away. And then your Key Blast does 12 to 39 points of damage. Still only does 3 meters of push, and you give the target, it knocks the target prone. And then you get our last ability here with this Key Overcharge. Release the full power of your aura. Your Wisdom modifier is added to your attack rolls and saving throws. You gain advantage on Wisdom saving throws, and you can do Key-based actions as a bonus action. And that's very important, and I'll demonstrate what that means once we get into the showcase ability here. Alright, so as I mentioned before, you really don't get that many abilities with this class, but they're very strong, and I really don't think you need that many. You do lose Fury of Blows, which that kind of sucks because Fury of Blows is pretty strong. However, I think with the abilities that you get, it kind of balances it out. So the first one is going to be your main weapon, is the Manifest Key Staff. Which you can see here, it's just basically Key Staff does 9 to 18 points of damage, force damage, and has the ability Topple. Like I said, it's a pretty strong weapon, pretty good quarterstaff. There are better ones that you can get if need be, but up until the point of either finding them, or if you don't want to spend the money, or if you're, in desperate need of money, it doesn't cost any key points. It just takes a bonus action to use. It is a concentration spell, so I don't know if your concentration broken will release the weapon. However, you can always just manifest it again with the bonus action on your next round, so you're not really losing a weapon. The next one is Reveal Aura. This one's a little bit harder to show off because there's really no like enemies that are around you. But as you can see, it has a pretty good wide of effect. So most battlefields you could probably use this creatures that are invisible. And then if they're still around for 5 turns, they will be seen and they can't go back invisible. The next one is Ki Blast. As you can see, it's pretty far range. Does pretty good amounts of damage, and it knocks the target prone. So, really, really strong. It does cost 4 ki points to use each turn, so you do have to be really conservative with your ki. And then finally, Ki Sphere. Also does pretty good amount of range. And we don't like Halcyon, so fuck him. But anyway, does a good amount of damage, goes pretty far. Not as far as Ki Blast, but it does do a little bit more damage because it is a more concentrated blast. And then the last ability, which is Ki Overcharge. So there we go, Ki Overcharge. For 10 turns, you'll be able to get the abilities of advantage on attack throws, saving throws, and things like that. And if you check on the sidebar here, you have the ability to use any of these actions as bonus actions now instead of just regular actions. Or, what you could do, you can double up. And so then you can use that as a bonus action. So, it's a very versatile class, and you can burn through your ki a lot. But I think that's what makes this class really strong, is being able to use back-to-back ki-based moves, such as Ki Blast and then Ki Sphere, and then still have an actual, a bonus attack. So, you do have the Ki Restoration, which is a short rest. It takes a bonus action and a, action point. But it gives you the ability to get 3 ki points back per short rest. So, it's alright, not the strongest, but it does give you that extra bump of Ki Blast ki points if you need them. So, as I said before, pretty standard class, pretty straightforward. I think it's pretty strong. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely something a bit different. This is a very force-heavy class, which a lot of enemies in the game aren't really resistant to force damage. In fact, I would say probably force is probably one of the better types of attacks that you can do in Baldur's Gate, but don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert. That's just kind of my opinion on it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the combat scenario. I'll be trying to make out more videos of this week, because I do have a Ranger class that I want to showcase, and there's a couple of Final Fantasy XIV classes that I want to showcase as well that I haven't done so far. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.
Heading there. Blood comes easy these days. With haste.
Victory is assured. Of course. One can't always be a gentleman.
I thirst for combat.
Focus, strike true. On the move. I won't give in. Death won't take me yet. Light on my feet.
Unleash me.